Why don't you have state health care like we do in Germany? Why are you religious? We are not like that in Germany. Why do you let people be patriotic? We don't do that in Germany. Why do you let people have guns? We don't do that in Germany. Why don't you make buildings from brick like we do in Germany? Why don't you have trains like we do in Germany?
Right, so Germany managed to cloud itself with the young generation at the international level with the video game Brown Dust. Not the first one, the sequel. Look, I don't know why people call these Gooner games. Because if you look at Western RPGs, like literally every single one of them has actual sex scenes in it. Whether it's Mass Effect, whether it's Dragon Age, whether it's Baldur's Gate. I mean, hell, Baldur's Gate, right? You have sex with bears, sex with demons, sex with gay guys. Like, every single Western game. The Witcher, Neverwinter Nights, you name it, right? Every single one of them have sex in them to the point where modern games are actually hiring porn actors to make the plop 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 noises. I'm not even kidding. Like, they're actually proud of that. And so, why is it that this is a Gunnar game? It's like, oh, so it has feminine aesthetics, so that we can't have that. You know, like, if you have a video game where there's, like, gore and blood, it's like, that's for little Jimmy. Like, little Jimmy should actually enjoy violence. But the moment you have, like, a female character design, that's too much. Too much. We can't have that. And they even legislate based around it. I mean, look, from a country with a prestigious history like Germany that used to burn books, I'm not surprised. And so, like, literally the rest of the world is allowed to have this, but not Germany. So, what actually happened? Well, the Gunnar game, Brown Dust 2, came out, and it became really, really popular. So much so that they said, you know what? We're going to start pushing for Steam. And initially, they said that, look, we're not going to censor no matter how popular we are. We understand that our fans and our customers got us to where we're at. But then when they went to Steam, they decided, you know what? We're going to censor. And they started saying, well, you know, we have like some sexualized minors in the game. And that was the foot in, right? Because like, who's going to disagree with that? Like, if you have like some cartoon characters that are minors, they're like 16 and they're sexualized, like you can't have that. But then they go and they say, actually, we're going to remove anything that has to do with spanking. We're going to remove other mini games. We're going to remove any type of misogyny from the game. And at that point, I was shocked. You know, I was like genuinely traumatized because I thought that these are like righteous, moral people that like just wanted to make sure that no underage person is being sexualized. But apparently they were like vipers, like snake in the grass. Like once they got in, they didn't stop there. Like they kept on with their moral crusade, and they were now censoring the entire game. I was like, what's going on? Why did you lie to me? Why did you trick me like that? Because yes, like they were doing exactly what feminists wanted to do, which is to desexualize female characters from the game. And so like the thing that, oh, we're going to start censoring because it has an underage character, which we put them in it to begin with, was just an excuse. And so the community, they got really upset over this. They felt betrayed because the community thought that you have like pious, moral people that just wanted to, you know, clean up the lollies, when in reality, they wanted to clean up heterosexuality. And on top of that, Brown Dust 2 also promised that they will not censor. Because there have been like many games in the past that did the same. You know, they attract an audience, they build an audience, and then they try to go for the wider market. And the wider market doesn't exist. And so like people get really upset because they lose the games they like. And for the first time ever, it seems that they listen. It seems that they said, you know what, we're actually going to backpedal. We're not going to censor anymore, except for the country that pushed us to censor. And all of a sudden, people realized, hold on a little bit, so it's not Visa, it's not MasterCard, it's a government that wants you to censor. Well, oh my goodness, who could it be? And there have been like a couple of rumors up until now that it was Israel, it was Vietnam. I didn't believe it. But now I do believe it. It's Germany, right? So like they made an official announcement, and they say that due to compliance with local regulations starting January the 21st, when accessing the game from German regions, certain in-game costumes and related content will be hidden. This includes a cutscene at the medical club, the fated guest encounters, and the arcade game Slap Slap, right? So no more spanking. No more spanking for Germans. Germans don't get spanking. I find this absolutely ridiculous. Borderline retarded. And I don't see how it improves society, though. It's like, okay. So, like, is Germany, like, a more moral place because they don't allow this video game while, let's say, Austria does, right? So, like, the people in Austria are worse off because they can play a Gooner game with a couple of extra costumes? But anyway, the interesting thing is that, if I'm not mistaken, Germany has a commission of old ladies, of hags, and you have to pay them. I think you have to pay them around 2,000 euros, and they rate your game. And if they find out that your game is displeasing, then they take your money and they don't let you sell the game in Germany. Right. Now, what's interesting is that if your game is like LGBT friendly, if your game has queer shit, if it's like that, it's fine. But if your game has cleavage and titties, it's problematic. To be fair though, it doesn't really surprise me, like Wolfenstein was struggling with Germany, and there are certain mangas as well that had the reverse happy wheel, which is unironically the Buddhist symbol that had problems with Germany. And it's like, look, it's been 100 years. Like, can you stop burning the books? Like, still, it is wholesome to see that the community actually did get together and put financial pressure. I do think that video games that are gacha-oriented are extremely vulnerable to these types of tactics because other games, like Ubisoft games, they rely on investors, they rely on graphics cards or consoles making bundles with their games. So, like, they have, like, other avenues to sell the game. Meanwhile, gacha games actually require people to constantly buy and, you know, spend money on the gacha. And so if the customer actually does get upset, or is still addicted to your game, is still playing your game, but it's just not spending money on the gacha, which is the exact way that the business model works, right? And so this is why they're so vulnerable. And secondly, like, how many German players play this game, right? Like, is it worth it to lose, like, your entire international community in order to please one country? And the thing is, like, I'm willing to bet the German players themselves do not like this censorship, right? And so this is probably the best solution. It's like, well, if your government is retarded, then censor for that government, but the rest of us that don't want to live like the Germans, allow us to play our games the way we want. And by the way, I'm not even playing Brown Dust 2. It's not even about that. It's the principle. Like, in the future, if I get another Stellar Blade, I do play that, right? Do I want Stellar Blade banned or parts of it censored because the Germans don't like it? Like, well, if the Germans don't like it, don't sell it to them, right? Or sell it to them in a way that's censored. But allow me to enjoy the purity of art, the beauty, the creativity of the Asians, right? That's what I'm paying money for. Also, I'm an adult. I can actually see a titty on my screen without freaking out. I'm not gay, right? Nothing wrong with being gay. It's just that I don't happen to be. So you can show me tits. It's fine. I'll pay for them. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.